Welcome to the revolution. What revolution? The cultural one? The political one? How about both? And how about we do it all peacefully, but loudly in crypto? The world changed 2 days ago. And the world changed 24 years ago yesterday, as we discussed. Now, here's the great news. The way the world wants to do this is they want to do it through crypto. No matter who says it's a conflict and let's all fight each other. No. I think this is going to happen. The rebellion against nefarious forces is going to get done in the cryptocurrency market. And it's going to get done, ready, in a fun way. Yes, I know this is dark. And yes, that is even crazier than the prior statement. Memes are back or will be back. Patreon and Patreon Platinum have the sequel to the Solana 7. So the Solana 7 is back. I took the GAN harmonics from yesterday and built out an altcoin report. Some of the coins are in other reports, but the Solana 7 is mostly new Solana coins. And just in case you're not having enough fun in crypto, the meme playbook, that's for the middle tier and platinum. So anybody who's paying in Patreon got the meme playbook organized by Solana memes and ETH memes. Because guess what? We're going to make our own money. We're going to make our own system. We are going to get off one elevator and we are going to get onto the crypto elevator. It's happening right now before your eyes. It happens each and every day over the last week. Maybe you get a dip next week. Speaking of that, we will go over a Solana roadmap. We will go over the Solana day-to-day roadmap, which I normally give to, like our platinum people, but how much email can they get? Because we're publishing our butts off. By the way, tomorrow we will have all of this and Tobie Ward. I mean, like I said, I don't know how much more complete our research offering can get. Okay. Tobie Ward will be going over all this and then some tomorrow morning. That is in the YouTube member area. Now, one quick word on that. So we have a $4.99 plan that gets you an emoji, and a priority on comments kind of thing. Eagle King keeping a sharp eye out for members. And then we have the $49.99 product where, you get more small caps, more picks, multiple videos in our YouTube member area. And then I looked up somebody else's premium plan, one of the other big influencers, $499.99 was the top tier. I was like, I'm feeling really good about my pricing. Feeling good. This YouTube channel is the front end of a research service. So come check us out, please. And of course, if you don't have 1 single cent, you can still watch this show, hit the like button. And oh my God, I just heard that if I start making videos, not only is there a like button, but there's a hype button that you guys can push. Wow, that is absolutely free. That is unbelievable. Price targets for Solana coming up. The Solana roadmap out until January. Normally premium content coming up. Don't go anywhere. Did you know that central banks now hold more gold than dollars? Do you realize that the demand for alternative currencies is unlimited? We're calling the companies like digital asset treasury companies. Whatever. There aren't going to be any digital asset treasury companies. Everyone's going to have it. You can do stable coins on Solana. You can do memes on Solana. Memes are 1 day away or 2 days away from going up in 30% increments. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, some of the stuff in the report that's in Patreon, some of them, like a couple of things that the GAN model picked, some of them had like $15 and $20 million market caps. And, you know, it states the obvious that anything, you know, WIF, the history of WIF was, or at least the centralized exchange traded history of WIF was used to do the GAN analysis. Leveraged Solana and leveraged ETH have not rallied, which is bizarre because normally they go before ETH does and before Solana does. But of course, we've had a funny year like that, right? Bitcoin went straight up, ETH went straight down. Gold went straight up, silver went straight up, ETH went down. Gold went up, dollar went up, ETH went down. None of which makes any statistical, historical, or macro sense. So we're just doing one of those nonsensical years, right? The memes are supposed to go first, followed by Solana. Solana's now at 248, and memes are up 5%. No one's interested. I mean, do you realize that Gemini is going public? And like a huge part of what Gemini offers is memes, because that was okay with, you know, regulators, basically. You didn't have to worry about memes being called securities. What is going to happen when the general public starts FOMOing into this stuff? You know, because I've been talking all about the tech part of crypto, which again is also in the platinum report. So, you know, if you have all the platinum reports, you get a pretty nice review of like the couple coins that the model really likes. But like the new Solana 7, like the Solana ecosystem, nothing's happened. Nothing. I mean, you know, and you still have catalysts every day pointing to something new. Like, you know you're going to have armed forces on the streets more now than ever. People are really upset. They are angry. Okay? And that creates disillusionment with the current system. The state of California just put another $20 billion into an apparent high-speed rail project. You know, retail crime has surged 93% in certain cities, resulting in billions of losses, massive law enforcement overtime bills. Guess what, folks? It's time for a whole new world. Like the concept of Web3 gets a bad name. Gets a bad name. And by the way, on that other subject that, you know, I got to keep to a minimum, there's an interesting tweet that I retweeted today from Janice McAfee reaching out to, you know, this poor guy's wife saying, you know, whatever happened, nobody deserves that, because after all, it did happen to McAfee. And by the way, I am frankly proud to say that for the second time, Twitter, like the children that they are, ran in fear of a new account for the McAfee AI. Again, they shut the first one down with like 20,000 followers. They started like something like AIntivirus AI, got back on Twitter, got shut off. They are so afraid of you. Now, in the event that you're interested in privacy, pushing back against the system, or you're angry about what happened 2 days ago and you don't know what to do, okay, this is John AI. So this is done by a guy in the community who I have a huge amount of respect for. Okay, he's essentially, you know, using the McAfee chatbot. So a deceased rebellious influencer has come back to life with AI. If you haven't heard, everybody's afraid of it. This guy tactfully uses his account to have that AI and have John McAfee express his views. His Twitter is at John AIntivirus, a play on McAfee antivirus. Everybody thinks this stuff is a joke. Everybody's tuning in to talk radio. Everybody's all fired up. Everybody wants conflict. Bro, we got a way for you to express it right now. A way for you to express it right now. There's people out there who don't like you just because you're a human being. To state the obvious. Right? To state the obvious. Now you have a way to push back. And if you want to push back with Punky, do it. Do it. Right? Bitcoin gets boring. Memes go up. Tobie Ward. All day, every day. Don't miss the YouTube member area podcast tomorrow. It's going to be absolutely epic. We have so many things to go over. Right? You get context on our reports, and I would imagine I'm going to generate a new one. Not to mention, if meme coins are back, then the Woo is coming back. If you don't know what Woo is, that's part of what we do. We are Wall Street and Woo, or Woo and Wall Street, depending on how you want to cook it. JP Morgan expects the Fed to only cut rates by 25 basis points. So, they're going to be looking for 50. And if he does 50, he's admitting that there's a serious problem. If he's doing 25, he's going to just placate everybody. I think the markets will hate 25, and that will be your final dip for the rest of this year. Right? Because I think if he does 50, he's admitting there's a problem. And if he does 25, he's admitting there's a problem even more. Because not only is there a problem, like some sort of bank or some sort of issue, but he still can't admit that he screwed up. Screwed up so bad. These job numbers are horrendous. The job numbers are horrendous, and there's only one way out. And I say it every single day because I mean it, and Mr. Market is now going my way. This is not theoretical anymore. This market's up like 4 days in a row. Grind. Everyone's too scared to buy it. Markets climb the wall of worry. So I'm worried about the Fed. I'm worried about this. I'm distracted by this awful political event. Worry. Then when there's no worry, there'll be a small correction, and then that's it. And then everybody's going to figure out that we need to get off this train and get on another one. Because the only way to push back, you can use all kinds of words. You can use the anti-human agenda. That's what I like. I like the anti-human agenda. I'm pro-human. I think that's safe to say. I'm extremely pro-human. So if you were pro-human, what would you do? Because I've listened to all this rhetoric, like we must be victorious. We must vanquish these people. We must do this. Okay, let's hit the green button. Let's get after Pepe. Let's show him. We're not doing this anymore. Can anything shake the earth like crypto? Really? Really? You can, I guess you can literally shake the earth, right? You have conflict everywhere. And what's that solving? Nothing. You want to get someone's attention? Moon crypto, right? Okay. So Gemini IPO is in fact out. Okay. It goes out at $28 a share. I don't have the exact, I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, but you got to watch out if there's competition for Coinbase. That's what I can tell you. Coinbase now has to move the Base network up to Coinbase, period. And the more press Gemini gets, the faster Coinbase is going to have to move. Because you can bet these two guys, they're not a bunch of sweethearts. One guy actually replied to me on Twitter when I gave him a hard time about how many coins they offered. He was actually very polite. But, those two, they're savage fighters. They got after my old boss, Charlie Shrem, without cause. They like to fight. So you give them money, Coinbase is going to get a run from their money. Big Rich with the super chat, brother. We're going to do Tau for you later. We appreciate that. The banana zone is here. Actually, just warming up, man. We haven't even pulled the bananas out of the grocery bag yet. We're still en route from the store. It's not even close. I'm telling you, it's not even close. We'll go over to Solana Roadmap. I can't believe you would want to go anywhere. And if you want to hear something really insane, you want to know what I looked at today? Just for laughs. I looked at the Orange Man's meme coin today. You know, they booed him at the U.S. Open in New York City. Somebody was right that says, you know, Trump doesn't want to be the president of the United States. He wants to be the king of New York. He got booed at the tennis stadium and cheered at the baseball game following this event. You know, I'm wondering if there's any, I'm wondering if these gigantic sellers are done. I mean, I know there's epic retail bag holders, but I'm just wondering if this is a base like any other meme coin. You know, because you got some of this stuff popping off in 5, 10, 7% increments every day. Meme coins are only up 5% today. Who cares? 5% in meme coins? I mean, that used to be like, you know, meme coins would go up 5% while you were having your coffee. But that's crazy banana pants. Right. And, you know, again, this says nothing about what all of these like major DeFi plays are doing. You know, there are coins here that are unwinding their entire down move. Like we talked actively about Moonwell on the YouTube member podcast. It's up like 5 days in a row. Anything on Base, like it's almost unbelievable. Anything on Base and anything on Solana could go up 20% at any time based on the way this thing is trading. At any time. I mean, you know, we had PEAQ as the top GAN pick, and Tobie loved it. Tobie was picking PEAQ, and then the model started picking PEAQ for DPIN. Forget about it. It's currently at 8.5 cents. It could go to 11. Like, we can do no wrong here. And she was right. Like, you could get a dartboard, throw a dart at the dartboard with a bunch of altcoin symbols on it and be okay. And that's what this is turning into. Luckily, our stuff is outperforming. You know, we have videos in the YouTube member area, right? We have all kinds of stuff for you, right? Big Rich says Solana is looking good. We will do the Solana roadmap. Grandpa Keeter is in, right? Grandpa Keeter is in, tweeting. I'm sorry, super chatting. Can we check AETHER? AETHIR. Wow, it's a Coinbase coin. Never heard of it. Well, whatever it is, you know, it got to its premium zone and came off. But the thing about this market is that you have to remember, this is apparently new, at least new to Coinbase. These retracements where they go up and then it comes back down again, like those intra-day dips, those are the dips, right? Here's the breakout, comes back down. LuxAlgo puts support underneath. Money flow starts coming in. All the famous little cheesy LuxAlgo things that I say, right? Like, you know, epic. I can tell it's just going to be that kind of stream. Don't forget, the Solana roadmap is coming up, so don't go anywhere. Again, you look at these coins, and, you know, the thing about crypto that people forget is, you know, a lot of coins do have a use, right? Grandpa Keeter says, do I have to chat $10 to get the screen share? No, sir, you do not. You do not. It would be a good idea if I slept, but we'll work on that along with the screen sharing. So, you know, Epic at equilibrium. Everyone packed it in. Everyone packed it in on this entire market. Not happening. The people are going to be sorry that they sold. And Tobie Ward has said This is last chance shopping, which means you better tune in tomorrow. I mean, folks, honestly, it's not like we haven't been telling you, because we've been telling you, right? Like, you know, I don't do a lot of special recorded videos. I mean, I have a dozen reports. I have a dozen reports in Patreon. I have 2 major videos, 10x altcoins for September, and the buy and the sell list. And then, you know, like I said, last chance shopping for the small caps, because you ain't going to find, by the time this gets going, you'll be lucky if you could find a good small cap under 100 million. And that goes for the memes too. I mean, there's a meme. I mean, again, you know, memes are phenomena, but I mean, the GAN model found a couple memes under 25 million market cap. That, I mean, that's in Patreon. That it's in the $25 section. It's in premium and VIP. Yo, people, it's time to push back. Now, another thing you have to remember about today is $4 billion worth of options expired today. What does that mean? Well, that means people who had bets on, they no longer have their bets on. They expire. So they either have to make new bets, which means they have to, you know, participate in the options market, which can move prices around dramatically, right? Like when you make a bullish bet in the options market, that affects price in the spot market. It does. And guess what? You got a lot of people whose bullish bets wore off, or who may be hesitant to make new bearish bets. Because if they do, they're going to get stopped out massively. Okay, so Solana, the TA desire for Solana is just off the charts. So we have an obvious cup and handle. We have an obvious breakout from this wedge. I mean, I think the thing you got to start looking at is this is Solana versus Bitcoin. So Solana's been trading well lately. So a lot of the, you know, larger daily chart methods are maybe overbought, but Solana is still closer to the bottom end of its range versus Bitcoin. It's just coming off a 9 bottom. Really, all September is like the second month of a 9-month trend where Solana will outperform Bitcoin. Let me say that again. We are in the second month of a 9-month uptrend where Solana will outperform Bitcoin. And it's probably very similar on ETH. Maybe we'll go to weekly. I mean, Solana versus ETH has not even able to do, it hasn't done a reclaim above a weekly resistance point. It was support, now it's resistance, and it hasn't even done the reclaim yet. What is going to happen when ETH goes to 5K and then Solana just goes whoop? I mean, there's all these people talking about Solana, stable coins, and then the memes, if they take off. That's why I'm doing the memes now. I mean, you think Solana's going up now? What happens if they get the whole meme thing going again? What happens if WIF takes off? I mean, that coin alone, that coin was like the anchor for all of the analysis that we did in Patreon. I don't think people understand what can happen here. I mean, I used to say the same thing about ETH versus Bitcoin. Like, people don't understand what's going to happen here. You know, I screamed and screamed and screamed and screamed. Benjamin Cohen caught the absolute low. And then it was off to the races. And again, this is not like, oh yeah, this happened one day, now we're going to go do something else. No. People, these are sustained trends. There's a, you know, traders are going to, they're going to drive themselves crazy with this because they're going to fight it. It's going to go up. It's not going to go up fast. They short it. They're doing it now. Everything goes up 10, 15%. They short it. And they think they're going to buy it back, and they better buy it back fast because it's going to go right back up the next day. Everybody wants to fade this. Everyone's fighting it. You can tell. Good luck with that. Sui weekly. So any downside in Sui on a weekly basis will probably be a 13 bottom. That's interesting. And Sui is now climbing above the 38% retracement of its major move from 70 cents to $5. So you're doing a quiet reclaim in SUI on a weekly chart and no one is noticing. Happy Friday, by the way. No one is paying attention here. I'm telling you, no one is paying attention. I mean, if you look at SUI on a 4-hour chart, where's the sign of the reversal? Where's the reversal? There's no reversal. This is barely getting started. This was like, you know, the warm-up pitches in a baseball game. And now they're like, where can this go? I don't know, man. How about back to $4? How about back up here? What's in the way? This is a perfect little rounding bottom here on a 4-hour SUI chart. What's going to stop this? You're not going to believe what Tobie Ward said 2 weeks ago about SUI. If you knew what she said about SUI and you looked at this, that's it, man. That's the market update. Go turn on the barbecue. We're done. We're done. Right? Killer Smile is here. Welcome. TA and potential price targets for TIG. Somebody is really into TIG. I think I see that every day. I don't mind helping you out. I don't mind helping you out. All right, here's TIG. I don't know why that's not coming up. Okay, let's see if this gives me something. Okay, bro, TIG is at the discount zone. Anything at the discount zone is worth looking at. Render was at its discount zone 2 days ago. Okay. Here is TIG on CoinGecko. Okay. This is 3 months. So this is Tobie TA. So it's only been around for 3 months. But again, the entire market looks like this. All the way down, crash. Whatever this is, has a $16 million market cap. If this has any fundamental value whatsoever, $16 million, like the low end of the high end of AI scientists is making probably 10 million. That's probably like your new base pay for these guys that can build these models. And here's an entire protocol. Right? What does Tobie think about SONIC? We looked at this, okay? This used to be Phantom. You have higher lows on the 3-month chart. Okay, now naturally, if you want to know what Tobie thinks, tuning in tomorrow is the best idea. But back in the day, SONIC or Phantom was fast DeFi. And I think I just saw somewhere in here that they're advertising it as cross-chain. Man, would I love to go to the SONIC Summit. Oh, right before 2049. God. Nothing stops stuff like this. Nothing. Sky, Maker. I mean, I never thought it would be a domestic political event. Guess that cup and handle didn't work out, right? Just to underscore what a shredding machine 2025 really has been. I mean, this coin was at 37 cents in May. It was at 35 cents in May. It was at 36 cents in March. And now it's at 22 cents. And like all these other things, it's either the traders or the bag holders. The stuff goes up. It comes back down. If it holds, it goes back up again. You're effectively buying shooting star reversal candlesticks any way you can. They're literally giving you the dips during the day. They're giving it to you during the day. When's the entry point? Now. When's the entry point? On any dip. And they're giving you these dips like everybody bought this week and they go home and they sell. They want to go home and they sell. I mean, it's stark raving unbelievable. So this is virtuals on a daily chart. Valuation now 600 million. was 5 billion. And what's really amazing is if you look at virtuals coming off the bottom, right? So here's the bottom, and then you do this grinding range. Right? You wear everybody out just like you do in most two waves. And what's really happening in virtuals is this. So you have a reclaim above the 62% retracement at $1.25 quietly. And then you have this. 1, annoying range. 2, insane parabolic. 3, small correction. I don't know. What about $7? I mean, I know Tobie said she thinks virtual's making a new high. I could check. Somebody was like, should I get out? And I'm like, she's like, no. So if you want to know what Tobie thinks about your coin or coins in general, like I said, that would be happening tomorrow. And don't call it a comeback. We have literally been here in the YouTube member area for a year as of 9/17. So if you've been here for a year, your emoji will turn in. You will become an official Spartan officer. Dude, what stops this market? What stops it? You got everything Ray Dalio ever wanted, which into itself is a little bit nauseating about civil strife and conflict. Good. It's not good that, people pass away and people celebrate that. That's obviously horrible. But what's good is we have an outlet. I mean, we have the antivirus outlet. It's unbelievable. The meme coin of a person who believed in human freedom. They're releasing privacy function today. They according to them, they were releasing, enhanced gift card functionality. They were enhancing metadata freedom, meaning, they can't see what it is you're doing when you download something. They can't find you. After you have these like random acts, this is how you know that like memes and Solana and everything's just going to wake up, right? This is antivirus on a daily chart. I mean, we're going to sell this at, someone was asking about an entry. I mean, this is still under 4 million market cap. Everyone's looking at the markets like, oh, the market's doing great. Not really. Most of these rallies, even if you see a 10 or 20% rally, it barely even registers. It's the antivirus chart. 4 million market cap. Been bouncing around in this like strange looking range. You blow through the top, you blow through the bottom. It's been kind of weird. Like, it's not investment advice, but how is this not a buy? Right? I mean, have you seen the video of this guy with his little kid? They're at the toy store and they're walking around. Have you seen any of this stuff? The same thing happened to McAfee. The same thing. Except now as people have turned it into like a crusade for human freedom and no one's interested yet. It's unbelievable. I mean, one day when the sellers are done here, you're going to wake up and this thing is just going to be gone. That's my opinion. Now, the Solana roadmap that you stuck around for, let's talk about it. So I'm doing like a new thing. I'm just talking it out for you, right? So I think the first thing that Solana is going to do is like press 250 or press through 255. So you're going to have one euphoric day, and who knows, it could be this weekend. You could have 1 or 2 euphoric days because the ETF guys are closed. And these ETF guys, they were selling the ETH ETF 3 days ago. Have no idea what they're doing. No idea what they're thinking. this could be another situation where crypto just takes the market and goes, you know what? Whoosh, while these ETF guys are home watching football. Surprise. Now, naturally, as you potentially make the ETF guys stop in, I don't know, you may have a dip. Then again, the solar eclipse is coming up. And the sooner you get to the solar eclipse, the more likely it is that Solana blows through 270. Right? Just absolutely blows through 270. Probably hits 280 before a possible dip back to where we are now. So just because you have, a good uptrend doesn't mean you can't have some volatility. So I would say your range for Solana is between 240 and 280. And right now we are probably at the bottom end of the new range. Keep our fingers crossed on that. So at 240 in Solana, that is the bottom end of the new range. Seems pretty radical to me. Then after you come out of that solar eclipse, I mean, you could be printing 300 easily by October. Like easily. And then the next dip, whatever it is, like last chance shopping before you head for 350. Yeah, then it starts to get, you start talking about like maybe not 350, maybe it's like 325. You might have two chances to get Solana, but again, the only way you're going to get the dips in Solana, I think, is if Solana gets overextended first and then comes off. Now, Ski Mask Dog. No doubt, Ski Mask Dog community is chomping at the bit. Okay, I don't mind telling you that in the last meme coin showdown on the podcast, Ski Mask Dog did very well. Volume is clearly coming in here. This has the support of a major influencer, and it's very clear that everyone gave up this here. Everyone gave up on this thing. Like, this is your classic give up trade. All red candles, one short squeeze, just all red. Like, they gave up completely on this thing. And you got to remember, how many meme coins are on Base? Like, we looked at one meme coin on Base. I mean, the coin that I mean, to me, this is not an investment advice. This is an opinion show. I don't see how this is. I don't see how this is not going up. The coin that I can't get the GAN model off. I can't get it to stop giving me this coin. Pepe is one, but the one that it won't stop. It almost makes me want to like research it more, although I didn't think you had to research meme coins, is Mog. I mean, I feel like I got to go out and buy the funny sunglasses. That's what it feels like, because the GAN model is like Mog. Can we get a new coin? No, Mog. So I don't know what these guys do, but I do know this is on major exchanges. I do know they're listing SPX 6900. So that might mean that coin might go up, or it might be these coins. The point is, ETH memes. Somebody brought up Sheeb the other day. I didn't know Sheeb had a metaverse. I forgot about that. I'd seen it before, but some of these larger memes have been working on value propositions for a while. Somebody said Walrus on Sui. I think we charted that in the YouTube member podcast last time. Again, don't mind doing it again. By the way, don't forget to stay tuned for the rest of the Solana roadmap, because I have upside price targets for the blow off. Okay, so This is Wall token, I think. Is this right? Walrus. It's not a meme coin. Do more with your data. So a tech coin disguised as a meme coin. Again, look at the volume at this bottom, at the base. I mean, they are just mixing it up left and right. They gave the give up trade was right here. The bigger the base, the higher in the space, people. It's that simple. I mean, there have been periods. I mean, you know, the thing about this that you got to remember is that, ironically, you got to be careful with this. This is the easy part. Because what happens is I go, the bigger the base, the higher in the space. I repeat that. And then it goes up. And then everyone's like, I need an entry. The entry is now. I mean, which is why it's just in all these research services. I mean, I had this set up. So as soon as this went up, you could go in there, click, watch 3 videos, 2 podcasts, or read 3 reports, and you're good to go. You're good to go. XDC. This is one of the ISO 20022 coins, along with XRP and friends. Clear 38%, clear like 50 or 62% retracement. Right? Whatever energy created this move off the election still exists. And this is probably a classic example of what you would call an Elliott wave, a series of 1s and 2s. So you have the first wave up, and then you have a 2 wave. And then the 3 wave starts. That's the vertical part. 3 waves also have 5 parts. The first part of the 3 wave, the second part of the 3 wave. Then when it turns up, even if you didn't understand any of that, you get the third part of the 3rd wave. 3 of 3 of 3 is the ultimate way to do it. The 3rd wave, it just goes straight up. In exactly the fashion you have now. This is 3-wave price action. Up 5%, everyone fades it. Up 5%, everyone fades it. Up 5%, everyone fades it. It's just, it just keeps going up 5% every day. This is why I'm like, hey, you know, this is like just starting here. I mean, is there any noticeable rally here looking at this on a 3-month chart? There's none. There's absolutely no sign that the market is going up. None, in most cases. Decentralized smart contract platform, XDC, right? Arbitrum, Tobie TA. I don't understand why everybody thinks ETH is going to 10,000 and nobody's buying these layer 2s. I don't think anyone understands that you could run the entire internet on ETH with the layer 2s. And even if you are running on layer 2s, you know, the value does eventually accrue up to Ethereum. This is only top 50. I mean, you know, these guys have a Robinhood project. This hasn't even taken out the high of the Robinhood project in August. Nothing has happened here. Nothing. What is this up on the day? It's up 3%. That's like, it's like an average day in the Magnificent Seven. Really? Everyone's like, oh my God, look at these, look at this price, look at this market. What? Nothing is happening. Nothing. Nothing. Yet, until this thing really gets going. Again, which is why I'm just like indiscriminately publishing. Indiscriminately publishing. We got the crypto stock thing out a week before those stocks started going up 10% and a clip. Unstoppable. I mean, you want to get one for this guy who met his maker 2 days ago? This is it right here. You want to know who's saying that? Nobody. Nobody. Everybody's too busy harping on the negativity, and nobody is talking about the solution. One guy says, go out and make a lot of money, become powerful. Okay. Allow me to help you with that. Me and Tobie Ward would be only too happy to help you with that. It's like we're kind of having fun now. You know what I'm saying? We're having fun. Because this thing is like going our way, and we got the shorts and the bears and all these negative people. We got them on the run. We got them on the run. And I don't think anyone gets this at all. Pengu. Okay, so Pengu has a robust valuation. Who cares? Right? I mean, you do know that somewhere in here, there's going to be another monster meme coin. There's going to be something that goes to like 10 billion. Pepe went to 8 billion at its high. This has a Christmas toy attached to it. Now, again, you are going to have sellers, but again, you just did a reclaim. You just reclaimed the 38% retracement after. See, the thing is, the only thing anyone sees lately is this rally. And when all they saw was this downward price action and 12 days worth of chop and boredom, they just packed it in and gave up. Now it's up and everyone's like, oh my God, I'm interested. These things can all go up more. And as I noted, right, this was a 5-wave structure on the way up. And then they kind of do a relatively classic I don't draw this one a lot, but it does seem to it does seem to fit. I mean, it's like, look, you know you're going to have a move, a trend when two things are happening. Oh my God, Grandpa Keeter with the $50 super chat. Holy cow. Rocking it, right? Absolutely rocking it. You know you're going to have a trend when basic TA is working. Penance. The bigger the base, the higher in the space. 38% retracements. Reclaims of the 62% retracement. I actually think any meme coin on Base, once this meme coin thing gets going, is going to go up because they're all going to have to get pulled up to Coinbase. Like, how does Coinbase differentiate itself from Gemini or Kraken? They're going to start bringing the Base coins up quickly. You know, $200 million market cap for Toshi when Pengu is at 3 billion. Like, you got to start using Pengu as a way to look at all the rest of the meme coins in the space. So if Toshi is at 250 million, I mean, that was kind of the high market up. That was kind of the high uptick. By the way, don't go anywhere because we do have the Solana roadmap coming up next. Yeah, so WIF is under $1 billion. So the marquee leveraged Solana meme coin is at $1 billion and probably should be at $3 billion. And again, if you look at the chart, I mean, in some ways, doing Tobie TA is the way to go because you don't need a lot of the fancy LuxAlgo stuff with the way this looks. It's the bigger the base, the higher into space. Schiller, welcome, sir. Guys like clipping me and putting me on his Twitter. Excuse me. Because I'm looking at Bull Runner asking for Miggles. See, y'all got your meme coins. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you check out what's in Patreon Platinum, I think it's fair to say it's into the cats for whatever reason. Gan Model's a cat lover. 28 million market cap. Base. I think when it comes to these meme coins, you know, the answer isn't why anymore. It's why not? Why not? I mean, speculation is about to pick up. Liquid staking, restaking, margin, leverage. Every time I do the GAN model, it keeps coming up with all these special new dexes. This feels like it's going to go bananas. Maple, now known as Syrup. Again, it's a DeFi play. It's only at 500 million. It was outperforming dramatically, and now it's holding the 38% retracement very nicely at 43 cents. By the way, this was the top Tobie pick too. We just published the new HODL portfolio. And she's got a new one like this that's just done nothing but go up 10% a day. She had Aave, she had Chainlink, she had all this stuff going with ETH a year ago. It's crazy. You know, Toshi, the Turtle, Turbo, Miggles, Syrup. I mean, just absolutely crazy. The face of Base. I mean, when they have to move all this stuff up, it's going to go crazy. Top GAN pick, Pyth. Boy, Eagle King really outdoing himself, helping me get to the TA on all this. So this is a data related play. Didn't realize it was Solana based, if I'm correct. Big move up off the government announcement, back down to test the old range. Holds. Bag holders still selling. Still selling. I mean, how do you know it's going up? People are still selling. I'm looking for a launch into outer space. My Patreon meme playbook has me in an astronaut suit. You know, you can chart this any way you want to chart it. LuxAlgo. I mean, dare I say it? This is the kind of environment where token metrics is helpful. Because as momentum starts to build, it beeps, it comes down, and then it goes. That's what's developing here. It's like a three-wave. You know, I give some love to everybody. You know, I like our research, but other people's research is valid. Just get some research, dude. Get some research. When do we get story time with Bill to talk about early crypto memories? I don't know. Maybe in Patreon Platinum. Okay. You know, early crypto stories. There's plenty of them. Some of them are good. Some of them are not good. Crypto is not an easy industry to be in. It isn't. Self-employment with Tobie is the best experience that I've had in crypto professionally by far. Even though I had a huge amount of respect for the people that I was working with and learned a ton. And obviously, I would not be on YouTube if it wasn't for my prior employer. I would not be. So, you know, I can definitely acknowledge that and acknowledge and give them some love that if you're about to go into a momentum meme coin environment, you know, their software doesn't do well in a range. Now, the only reason I'm telling you that is because this is where traders get absolutely run over. They're trying to fade the move. They're not getting the entry points on the dip. This is like our time. This is like the time of the trend traders. So, you know, I wish the day traders good luck because this is going to be a trend. It's developing that way. And every dip is bought. They get no, they got to sell the high of the day to get any gratification. Flock. See the volume coming into this thing? right here. What is this? Oh, this is Base. I don't know, man. 49 million market cap. I don't have the Twitter or anything like that, so I can't really tell you what it is. But you had a square range, right? This is the other thing that you're getting in some coins. The synthetics formation, the square range, break out, come back down, do some god-awful, boring retest, break out, everyone sells. I don't know, man. Can you go wrong here? Yes, you can. Okay. Can you go wrong here? Yeah. What is it? Is it do? Numeraire. Okay. So GAN model had this way back. Tobie also had it way back. Right. So we looked at this last week. Flock. We thought it was a meme coin, and it's AI. $49 million. You could buy 2 Flock projects. You could buy Flock twice for what it costs for one top AI scientist. This market is completely mispriced. Completely. You have people worth more than projects. Crazy banana pants. This Numeraire hedge fund thing. People don't realize what a shot heard around the world this thing is. I understand it. This is like an online Tudor Jones hedge fund done with crypto. As usual, I can't find the right symbol on DEX tools. Can't find it. So if you go to we're going to go to CoinGecko and look at it there. So basically what this is like some kind of AI-based hedge fund. And JP Morgan put $500 million into it, something like that. The market cap, if I have this right, is 141 million. 141 million for a hedge fund with JP Morgan involved. Are you kidding me? I mean, we went through meme coins that are worth less than this today. We just did a meme coin that was at 250 million. Predict the stock market with AI to power our hedge fund. $100 million. 142 million. Absolutely crazy. Okay, let's welcome who's here. Oh, I forgot the Solana Roadmap. I keep telling you that the Solana Roadmap is coming. Here comes the Solana Roadmap. For anybody who stayed until the end. Okay, so, the bear case for Solana. So if things don't work out, Solana goes back to 180. That was the sticking point for Solana for over 12 months. Okay, the base case, which is where Solana is already, is that Solana hangs out at 300. That's the base case. That's like the boring case. Solana goes to 300 and just sits there, and the bid goes somewhere else. The bull case is 360 to 400. That seems very achievable by mid-January in a normal market. This assumes we're not doing a rebellion against the world, rage against the machine, crypto rally. There is nowhere else to rage against the machine. There isn't. There isn't. This is it. People will eventually figure this out at the top. Not now. The extreme bull case is 480 to 500 in June. I'm sorry, in January. So if Solana could 1x from where it is right now, between now and January, what can the rest of the market do? All these underpriced projects in the ecosystem. That's why the Solana 7 sequel is so important. Because not only are the big coins undervalued, but so is the whole ecosystems are undervalued. Picks within the picks. I'll give you a hint. This is the SEI and Pyth logo. I saw a tweet that says SEI has more TVL than some big layer ones do. Solana 7, the sequel, the HODL portfolio, the Polkadot deep dive, and of course, the meme playbook. The new rally cry is, other than Tobie Ward and an entire research service, we really don't offer much. For 1 digit less than most people. 1 digit. One guy has $499. Wow. I mean, they're big. I get it. It's not that I don't get it. And someone is asking, bro, what about XRP? How could I have forgotten? Well, I mean, with XRP, there's a lot of things you could say. If XDC is going up, the American-made cryptos are next. Remember, Orange Man booed at the tennis stadium, cheered at the Yankee baseball game following the event on the 10th. XRP, whoop, that's Sui. Boy, that's super bullish. That little DeMark count there. You could have 2 weeks of upside in Sui. Sorry, but that's not what you asked for. I have a feeling it's like one of these shows where we could go for like 2.5 hours. I mean, first of all, in XRP, this is A, B, C. So the consolidation in XRP is over. Time for a trend. XRP could have 2 more big up days. I would love to see it get away from $3. You know, if you look at the XRP weekly chart, you know, you had an emotional top up here at $3, and then the trend simply restarts itself. I don't, there's nothing on this chart that indicates a top. I mean, this is a toppy Elliott wave signal. You had a correction. I don't understand. Like one guy, I mean, I understand the critiques about XRP, but, you know, XRP is taking out DeMark resistance. You know, it's up here close to prior highs. It rushes up. Everyone sells it. Again, if XRP does not go down, anything like this, Solana, Ethereum was like this, Bitcoin is like this, there's no downtick. There's no downtick. And that's because the whole world is underneath it. The whole world is underneath trying to buy. I mean, everybody looks at it and goes, oh, my bags, my bags, my bags, my bags. Meanwhile, there's huge numbers of players out there who are trying to buy this thing. I think it's hedge funds. They know it's coming, and they are not long enough. They aren't. They're bullish, but they're not long enough because they've been sitting with all this choppy, depressing price action. They haven't had to do it, or they haven't wanted to do it because it was that depressing up like 4 days ago. Now everyone's looking for an entry. In other words, Ethereum went up, and instead of selling, everyone hedged. So there's $1 billion worth of shorts to be liquidated at 4,700. So rather than sell their Ethereum, they just used the perpetuals probably to hedge their position because, you know, they made a bunch of money in the Ethereum ETF. It's going to come off. It's going to go down. Last time ETH was at 4,700, I needed to sell. Vitalik and the consensus or Ethereum sold. So I'll hedge my position. And this is a reminder. A hedge is something that little doggies pee on. That means every time you go to get hedged, you think you're being cute. You think you're protected. It's going to go down. You'll get to buy your hedge back. Everyone will genuflect and it'll go back up. Everyone likes it tidy, is the 10-year note trader who I used to work for, as the assistant 10-year note trader at Swiss Bank. He used to look at me and goes, everyone likes it tidy. It's never tidy. These short sellers, these hedgers, they are going to get stopped out, and they're probably going to do it over a weekend when everyone's not paying attention. I mean, in a way, it's textbook. And this is going to be followed by the Clarity Act, because the left is going to have to show that it can cooperate with somebody about something. And that something is going to be crypto. It was the case before September 10th, and it's even more the case now. Someone's got to show that we can all get along. The only place to do that is crypto. That is the market update for this week. Thank you to the Eagle King. We are live with Tobie Ward tomorrow. I can't believe $49 would get in the way of that, of you being there, considering it's not $499. We will see you tomorrow morning.